Are you singing?
My name is Faege Ешкевари. I am an Iranian journalist, and I've been living in Bulgaria since 2009, which is a long time. And so for now, this is my home. So welcome to my home.
My name is Kamran Geraminejad. In Bulgaria, I do the same thing I did in Iran. I teach kung-fu. I plant the seeds. And in the winter and in the spring, I bring them out and plant them everywhere.
I could find many nice friends over here and quality friendships over here that are rare, and such people that you could rely on, such people that you could have meaning conversation with. I also grew in this process because when you're pushed out of your comfort zone, you have your own challenges. Something that has been taken for granted for ages suddenly becomes a very challenging situation for you. Something as simple and easy as doing your grocery, getting your grocery done.
The people are so kind, and anywhere we went, they are so kind and so good. And first it's so difficult for us because we don't know, I don't know any language, just I know a little bit Persian. But here I try to connect with people with body language and with my heart. And I think I am success in this way.
Pressure that has been on me for a long time is lifted since I live here. I still feel the pressure and tension, but I don't live in the same sphere. Being a journalist in Iran, you have to play the rules. The first thing you publish, you get detained. I'm happy for the freedom that I could gain. But being an Iranian, living in here, gave me a chance to talk about the things I could not.
After revolution in Iran, I start with some party. They are not with the government, and I was so young, but I understand the things they do is not the things we want. After 3 years, after revolution, means 82, I think, they arrested me, and I was in the prison for 3 years. It's horrible. After that, for 7 years, I cannot have a passport, ID card, anything, and I cannot work anywhere. I tried to use my brother's documents, and I work with that till the time for Ahmadinejad, when he come to become president. For the second time, try the best to people understand many things about him and about situation. And finally, the security police tried to arrest me. 2 months we live hiddenly in the friends' places, and after that we came out. We didn't choose which country, just we want to run away.
I had to leave my country in the chaos of post-election 2008, which was a rigged election, and a lot of people came to the streets. I was engaged in one of the campaigns, and I don't know why I was given a summons to introduce myself. I didn't want to endanger my family to coming and going and putting the property on bail so that I can get released, or maybe I got detained because that's what's happened usually. Like they tell you, come just for an explanation, and then it happens that you are there for a decade because they find a lot of more details about you. Being a journalist adds to your crime if you're an Iranian. Yeah, that's why I had to escape the country?
We try to people understand this is not president for them, this is for president for supreme leader. The things happened after revolution is the big culture become country for the terrorism. Inside they try to make a nuclear weapon to save themselves. And if our party doesn't speak about that, nobody knows. And 2003, our party speak about some places, and after that, other countries, they understand, yes, they try to make an atomic bomb.
Journalists are very dangerous for totalitarian regimes. They don't want anyone talking anything, telling anything against them. So once you talk about, I was a campaigner of 1 million signature for equality, my people have an idea that women and men are of course equal. They don't know that laws have changed gradually without them knowing. So once you talk with people in metro stations that, did you know that when you get married to a man, you lose some of your rights, including getting out from the country without his permission? Like you can't have a passport without his signature. Really? They don't know that. Or did you know that if you divorce, you can't take care of your children? And women, little by little, get aware of these things and they want their rights. But not only that, a lot of other things, like feminist movements inspire a lot of other movements, worker movements and so on. So they didn't like that. Once you talk to people, once you document those things, and even the word woman is censored for some time. There is a very consistent work on mentoring and monitoring whatever is published. Well, I'm not saying like in North Korea, but till some extent close to that, let's say. Because you see, they monitor everything.
When we came here, we didn't know where we should go. But they told us you must go to Helsinki committee. And we went there, and they are so kind with us, and they start from the beginning. They start listen to us, to hear our story. After that, they fight for 7 years to save us here. And really, when we went to the court, I have a shame because my document is too much, and Elona carried these things, and several times I told her, can I help? And she said, no, this is my job. The lawyer of Helsinki, they did the best, and really they are so good.
Living in Bulgaria is a very contradictory thing. On the one hand, it gave me the opportunity to talk. On the other hand, I am deprived of being consistent in my work because I cannot travel. So the agencies or the places where I work with as a freelancer offered me jobs, but because of having a passport, which is, I can show you, this is not a passport, this is a travel document. And it's like after more than a decade living in Bulgaria, the only thing that I can travel with is being a citizen, which is a very difficult situation. Like, what if you don't want to become a citizen and you still want to have your professional job? I love this land. I love people. I have better relationship with Bulgarians in Bulgaria than many of my previous friends that I lost contact with. But it doesn't mean that you should stop everything you are doing to become a citizen. And then you may be pushed to resign your previous citizenship. And there's no point in writing about your country anymore.
About my life, I try to live all of the seconds with consciousness. This is the things always I do. And about future, I hope my students, they can continue the things I give them as a heritage. Means anything I do, I think this is the last fight for me and the last day I live in this planet. Because of that, I do the best. Means when you have one day for living, you don't have time for what they call it, make something wrong. You must do it with heart, with love, and I do the best.